Thanks for staying with us. You're watching our special broadcast on the politics in the state of Tamil Nadu. While Sasikala Natarajan is in the eye of a storm, her namesake and expelled Party MP Sasikala Pushpa is rather vocal about her thoughts on the Chief Minister in waiting. Perhaps we'll soon know after the Governor C. Vidya Rao takes a decision. She's joining me live right now. Thanks so much, Ms. Sasikala Pushpa, for joining us here on WION. Now, when there's so much controversy and confusion, claims and counterclaims being made, why not then leave it to the courts and institutions like the Election Commission to take a call?
Yeah, we are waiting legitimately we are waiting for Election Commission's report as well as court's verdict. We are waiting for that only.
And are you in touch with other AIADMK MLAs, party men like Mr. Pandyan, also Deepa Jaikumar and others who share the same line of thought as you do?
Yeah, Mr. P.H. Pandyan, former speaker and former MP, is a very senior and learned person. We have many party cadres and dignitaries are speaking. We are all united together to fight against whether she is going to be Chief Minister or not. It's not an issue for us. We will continuously going on fighting for the injustice which is going on at Tamil Nadu. Here in this matter, people will find out the Honorable Prime Minister's decision. They are waiting for the face of the BJP's decision, what they are going to do for the public. They are expecting. So all the party people, many are in touch with me in this issue. We are united. We are going together. Even Madam Deepa is also very neatly fighting against Madam Sasikala Natarajan.
Also, ma'am, despite the opposition, if Sasikala Natarajan was to be sworn in, given the claims of the majority that she enjoys, will you and the likes of Ms. Deepa float a new party in the state?
No, as per the law and constitution and the anti-defection law is there. For 3.5 years, since I am being the AIADMK's member of parliament, right, I could not open a new party. I don't want to be also. I think my ADMK party will be revived very soon.
Also, since you're in Delhi, are you also looking at or expecting for an party support, perhaps looking at the BJP or the Congress or other parties? Are you looking at that as an option?
In a democratic country, no need of any side support, I think. I, as a MP, am fighting myself long back ago, you know very well, from the parliament where I shouted that there is no women's safety, and from that time itself I am facing many false cases. I have given complaint even to the Prime Minister and the Home Minister also for in the Home Ministry or Election Commission. I don't know what is going on. I am expecting for the result because I am respecting law. I will go only by rule of law. So I am appealing to the Prime Minister for any issue.
Okay.
Then and there are many issues at Tamil Nadu coming up. Not like other states, it's boiling. So I am representing and fighting for the people.
All right, there we had it. Joining us live, Sasikala Pushpa telling us she's in Delhi, a state for the good of the party AIADMK. Thanks so much, Ms. Sasikala Pushpa, for joining us. I'd request my guests for a bit. We play out this report first for a party that MGR and Jayalalitha. It's a crisis like never before. For the first time, the party does not have a charismatic leader. For the first time, dissent. The crisis seems doesn't look like ending anytime soon. Take a look.
Tamil Nadu's AIADMK party is going through tough times. Normally, its supporters are loyal, and there really wasn't much commotion, at least publicly. That's when MGR and Jayalalitha served as the state's chief minister. For the most part, the party was united. But after Jayalalitha's death last December, things have taken a back seat. With no loyalty, new faces have now emerged, including Jayalalitha's longtime friend, Sasikala Natarajan, someone who's had no political experience.
In 25 days, she became the General Secretary. In 60 days, she wants to become the Chief Minister. That she harbors such intentions mean that she could have never been affectionate towards Amma in her lifetime. How could she not have had such ambitions before?
Just Lalitha's niece, Deepa Jaykumar, emerged. She may form her own political party, and that the people of Tamil Nadu did not vote for Sasikala. The AIADMK party has more problems now to deal with word coming that Jayalalitha did not die a natural death but was pushed in her home, something that party members said was just mentioned to create confusion. This even as doctors on Monday confirmed that Jayalalitha died from natural causes. The opposition in Tamil Nadu, the acting DMK president MK Stalin, flew to Delhi to stop Sasikala swearing in. Stalin reportedly encouraged 40 AIADMK MLAs to break away and support him. Congress leader Karti Chidambaram has also now called for fresh elections. With open conflicts like this, it remains to be seen if the government will last that distance. Can the AIADMK regain its glory, or will new parties emerge to fill the void in Tamil Nadu politics? Bureau Report, WION.
All right, let me go across to Mr. K.S. Dakshinamurthy, who's standing by live in Bengaluru. Sir, do you think that this perhaps is the real crisis time as far as the AIADMK is concerned?
Right. The AIADMK is really at the crossroads now. And, it looks like it's heading into a serious crisis. It might, my own reading is that it's not going to last like this because I don't think even if Sasikala becomes the Chief Minister, it's going to be a smooth ride. Definitely there's going to be some kind of a revolt or some kind of a reaction is going to happen. So I don't think it's going to be easy. And if Sasikala manages to somehow hold the flock together, then I guess she's in for a long ride. But I seriously doubt that. I think
Okay, you're not so sure of her capabilities. No. Okay, point taken. Mr. Gupta, the AIADMK as a party, if you look at the DMK as well for that matter, it's used to unquestioned leadership. What do you think is happening at this point in time in the party?
I'll first like to tell you that this is not the first time that there has been a constitutional crisis, and this is not the first time that there has been credible leadership. Lack of a credible leadership is not the first. It is not first time. Soon after MGR's death, the party projected, or rather made, his wife Janaki Ramachandran as Chief Minister. She had no experience in politics, like Sasikala.
Okay.
She was not a member of parliament, she was not member of legislative assembly, she was not even a primary member of the party, and yet she was made Chief Minister.
Okay.
So what had happened after that? She remained as Chief Minister, and soon after the elections, she lost. She lost badly. Her party got just 4 seats, whereas Jayalalitha, who was nothing in the official AIADMK, her party, her faction got 25 seats. So this is not the first time that a non-chief minister, or rather non-party or non-credible leader, is going to head the party. In fact, if you see in Congress also, when Indira Gandhi died, Rajiv Gandhi had taken over. He was not a
right.
One
can draw parallels.
Yeah.
From what you're saying.
So in a constitutional crisis, there is no political vacuum ever. Somebody has to fill in the vacuum.
Yeah.
So in this case, Sasikala is the most credible and most acceptable leader in AIADMK. Nobody else. If you are talking about P.H. Pandian or Mr. Thambidurai, who is the Deputy Speaker in Lok Sabha.
But the point is unquestioned leadership. That perhaps we are not seeing as far as Sasikala is concerned.
No,
because
but if we are seeing
voices,
the questions, who are raising the questions, they are just 3 or 4 people.
Right.
P.H. Pandian, if you remember, was the person who disqualified 6 of Jayalalitha's supporter MLAs to foist Janaki Ramachandran as Chief Minister. So in a way, he was against Jayalalitha in the beginning.
Right.
Now he is acting against Sasikala also.
Right.
So
he seems like an interesting character. So not many dissenting voices, according to you. Let me come back to you, Mr. Dakshinamurthy. Now, elections in 2021. Do you think that the desperate need to stay united for the AIADMK for 4 years in power to go is going to act as a glue of sorts, perhaps?
You're absolutely right. That's the only thing that is going to hold the flock together, because all the MLAs realize that if they break the party, then that's the end of the ADMK. Not only that, they may probably they lose power, and it might well be the turn of the DMK. So it's the survival instinct is what will probably should probably see them through, even if Sasikala is the chief minister. So which probably means the support that is received from the MLAs indicates that there has been some sort of a groundwork that has been done before, and there has been all this has been done quietly away from the glare of the media or from the public. And the whole thing has been organized, set up, and done very well within the party. It's a surprise for people outside, or even if it was expected, nobody really thought it would happen. But within the party, I think it's been kind of well planned. But having said that, it's not just it's not politics is never static. So once she becomes the chief minister, we really don't know what are the other factors that will emerge. So,
okay.
It's a little open-ended in that sense.
Right. Talking about open-ended situations over here, Mr. Gupta, do you think that this will be the first challenges of the many other challenges for the AIADMK in the days to come? Because as things stand now, everything seems very fluid. Things, it seems, can change any moment, in time, in the days to come, weeks to come.
Absolutely right. First, Sasikala has to prove her support, her legal acumen, her administrative capabilities, because those are the things. There is no demonstration of these capabilities so far, because she has never been on a public post. So that way, once if she takes over as chief minister, then all these things will be tested in public domain.
Right.
She'll have to win over party legislators, party leaders who are dissenting right now. And if not, then how she tackles with them, that's another thing. Then there's another challenge will be how she carries off all the welfare schemes initiated by Jayalalitha,
right?
And how better she will be prepared for 2021 elections. So there are so many things in the realm, and first and foremost thing will be to ward off DMK's challenge. In case 10 to 12 MLAs cross over to DMK, so she will be in a not in secure position to form the government.
And there have been certain talks that some of these MLAs are planning to cross over to the DMK.
Right, and an anti-defection law doesn't bar them from crossing over. At the best, rather the worst, they will lose their membership. They'll recontest and might come back, but that doesn't prevent them from pulling the plug.
Absolutely,
from AIADMK.
That's a valid point. We're going to be talking more about that as to whether the DMK can gain from the present situation, whether it will be able to capitalize on what's happening in the AIADMK. But first, let's play out some of the political reactions we had coming in through the day today.
They are power hungry, and their personal greed is making them overthrow all known conventions and democratic norms to the wind. We can see that the personal Twitter account shows that it's CMO of Tamil Nadu, Sasikala's personal Twitter account, and she's tweeting as though she's the chief minister of Tamil Nadu right now.
Cadre is not with Sasikala. AIADMK leaders are with Sasikala, MPs, MLAs, district secretaries, but no cadre is with Sasikala. That is the reason which is emerging now. From the posters, from the social media, from the Facebook, Twitter, you can understand public is also not happy. Women voters are not happy with Sasikala.
The constitutional provision is challenged in this case. The constitutional provision permitting a non-member of Legislative Assembly to become minister or chief minister is misused by the corrupt people who are in power.
As per the bylaws of the party, she is not qualified to be the General Secretary, and according to the will of the people, she is not qualified to be the Chief Minister of the state.
It's very unfortunate in Tamil Nadu that in the last 2 years, we had 5 swearing in of Chief Ministers. And we don't want another one, 6th one, next week as well. So it is completely not to be, and the people are upset, general public are not accepting, except 200 people in AIADMK, that is the MLAs and the MPs.
MLAs have unanimously elected her. The outgoing Chief Minister has endorsed her, has agreed to work as Deputy Chief Minister. So what is this objection? If you think she is unsuitable, you will get a chance when she finds the by-election.
There is no other alternative because she was elected leader of the AIADMK legislative party. So I don't know why this confusion, whether the AIADMK is bungling on the date or without the without consulting the governor, they they made arrangements, is the only question which we have to see.
I think she should be sworn in, and I don't think there should be any hesitation either on part of governor or anybody else. Nobody can stop it. It's very clear. Anybody who enjoys the support of a majority of the MLAs in a legislative assembly will be made the Chief Minister.
Mr. Dakshinamurthy, let me come to you now. Ruling a state like Tamil Nadu, it's always a challenge. How do you think Sasikala will manage given her lack of any administrative experience?
I really do not agree that she does not have experience, because we don't know the role that she played in Jayalalitha's household and the kind of influence she wielded on Jayalalitha. Nobody knows that.
That's a valid point, right.
Yeah, and so, we can't, and then she was very close to Jayalalitha, and so she saw it all from, from very close quarters. So we cannot equate her to somebody who's ignorant about administrative decisions. So I think that would really, be belittling her experience, because she was with Jayalalitha, and all of us know that. In fact, I seriously believe that if she just once she becomes a chief minister, all she has to do is make a couple of big ticket announcements, some big populist projects, programs, and that's the end. I mean, people will just forget what she was in the past, etc., etc. So it's, one way by which politicians have shown in India that they can take some huge unexpected step and then hope to get the support of people. So she may well do that in Tamil Nadu. She may do the unexpected.
All right.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed.
I also wanted to take your opinion on the timing of this all. The Parliament is in session. The Prime Minister is busy with other matters at this point in time. Do you think this was a well-calculated, a shrewd move on part of Sasikala and her camp?
I mean, I would just say that it was a coincidence, because, I think this entire thing has been done purely keeping Tamil Nadu's, interest in mind. I mean, the process by which this has happened is purely Tamil Nadu centric. I don't think Parliament or what the Prime Minister is doing, etc., had any role to play in this, because if, there is always time for the Prime Minister or anyone in Delhi to attend to this if there is a need. So I think that's just a coincidence that Parliament is in session, etc., etc. So I think it's purely done with Tamil Nadu in mind.
Right. Would you agree with what Mr. Dakshinamurthy is saying, Mr. Gupta?
Yeah, in a way, that's right also, that when Jayalalitha was not well, or even when she was well, Sasikala used to advise her on everything. Right from her dresses to her food habits to her politics. And there was a time when Jayalalitha was out of power, and for about 4 years Mr. O. Paneerselvan was running the show. At that time, Sasikala used to convey Jayalalitha's orders to the party and the government. So what were those orders? What were the specific orders and what she used to convey? So she was in fact a kind of conduit between Jayalalitha and the government and the party.
So she must have understood what are the messages, what is the intention, what's the strategy.
But still, she ultimately remains her beginnings with that of a video parlor owner.
Right.
She used to run a video parlor from where Jayalalitha used to hire video cassettes for her viewing. So from there, to this position, a prospective chief ministership. So that's a long journey. For Jayalalitha, it was a different thing.
Right.
She was under tutelage of MGR. So before that, she was associated with Annadurai also. So that way, she had a political grooming. She was in Rajya Sabha even before MGR's death.
Right.
She was deeply involved.
So one may never
involved.
know what sort of learnings she did pick up, you know, during these stints with Jayalalitha. That's for everybody to wait and watch. And the fact that she's come so far, it maybe is indicative of something. But Mr. Dakshinamurthy, I wanted to pose this question to you earlier as well. Do you think parties, especially like the DMK, maybe the Congress can capitalize on what's happening within the AIADMK at this point in time?
Yeah, just before I talk about the DMK, just one point, you know, the antecedents of a person shouldn't really matter. You know, anyone can become the Prime Minister, anyone can become the Chief Minister. So let's keep aside the fact that she was a video parlor owner or whatever she was.
Absolutely.
It really is immaterial. That's something I wanted to say. And it's very clear as far, you know, that the DMK is going to really capitalize on the situation. And in fact, for the first time in all these years, the DMK now has an opportunity to kind of get back into power and reassert itself in Tamil Nadu. So I don't think they're going to just let go of the situation. And knowing the political acumen of somebody like Karunanidhi or Stalin and all the bigwigs in DMK, I'm sure they must be really breaking their heads or planning out a strategy to utilize the situation. They are the biggest beneficiaries, in case something goes wrong with the AIADMK. So that's very, very clear.
Right. Also, what are your thoughts on somebody like Deepa Jayakumar? Does she appear as a real challenger and an heir to the legacy of Jayalalitha?
See, somebody like Deepa Jayakumar is now known to the world, I would say. I mean, of course, a lot of people know her, but I'm saying for the entire world, she as a person and as somebody interested in politics, we got to know only post the death of Jayalalitha, or maybe probably she came into limelight when she was in the hospital, when Jayalalitha was in the hospital. Right. But the problem with Deepa is she doesn't, have any political experience or so that will be a huge disadvantage because she's basically a non-entity, She's just trying to be a kind of a counter to Sasikala, and I think really it's an unequal battle. And I don't think she can garner the kind of support which is needed to do any kind of to make any kind of impact rather.
All right. Stay with me, Mr. Dakshinamurthy. We're almost at the end of our discussion this evening. Just a couple of more questions, your final thoughts. Mr. Sharad Gupta, what do you see ahead as far as the politics in Tamil Nadu is concerned vis-a-vis the goings-on within the AIADMK right now?
Tamil Nadu, I feel, is headed for a very chaotic situation. Anything may happen. Anything may happen. It could be a DMK government, it could be a AIADMK government, it could be a Sasikala government, it could be O Paneerselvan coming back again. So nothing is clear as of now.
All right.
So anything is possible. So we have to watch some of the political developments taking place in days to come, and then only we'll be sure of which way Tamil Nadu is headed to.
All right. Mr. Sharad Gupta here says the situation is extremely fluid. Anything can happen anytime. What about you, Mr. Dakshinamurthy?
I think this is a great opportunity for people in Tamil Nadu, to have a relook at their politics and ensure that in future they don't fall for this aura of a strong leader. There should be a situation where things are more democratic. Democratic politics is not followed in Tamil Nadu. When there's a strong leader, the real casualty is democracy. So you have one leader who suddenly disappears from the scene like Jayalalitha, and then it's all chaos. I mean, is this the way democracy is run? So I think in Tamil Nadu, I think this opportunity, this is a time when people should really rethink and have political parties or support political parties that practice genuine democracy within their own organizations, and ensure that this kind of strong leaders don't again rule the roost.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. Even though we all know how politics in Tamil Nadu really works, but I'm completely with you on that more democratic ways should prevail, but such is the reality in the state. We'll have to end this discussion. Thank you so much, Mr. Dakshinamurthy, as well as Mr. Sharad Gupta, for joining us this evening on the show. We're going to be taking a short break. More news and updates follow. Do stay with WION for updates.